Actually, I speak three languages. I speak French and Spanish as well as English. So I'm not a stranger to understanding the difficulties of learning another language. I like teaching mainly because you can engage with people face to face, and hopefully you can actually see them make some improvements over time. You can see their progression, and actually maybe also give them an idea about other cultures, other ways of looking at life. I suppose this is the main reason why I like to do it. I was working in Orenburg for over a year, and then I decided to come to Moscow. I've been in Language Link in Moscow for about a year and a half now. A student will only be as good as the teacher. So I think that if you're seeing improvement in your group, in the students that you're teaching, this is to do with, partly to do with what they're doing, but also partly to do with what you're doing. I actually measure myself against the progress that my students make, and hopefully I employ the right methodology to make that happen. There are no differences between students in any country. Every student's got good things about them, bad things about them. Some students can be lazy, of course, and some students are simply just not motivated. And in order to actually get motivation, what you have to do is change your teaching style to make sure that they actually feel more motivated, more engaged. You can do this with many different tools. You can do it with different books. You can do it with video. You can also just do it with using conversation instead of actually, how to put it, instead of, for example, if I imagine an adult group that I taught in Venezuela, or if I imagine an adult group that I taught in Moscow, actually, you know, people are people. It doesn't matter what country you're in. People have got the same positive and negative points. Students in Moscow, students in any part of the world, they're no different to students anywhere else. And if you use the right techniques and if they're sufficiently motivated with the way that you're teaching, they're going to succeed. I guess it's not really about the age of the student. It's more about the personality of the student. I'm interested in personalities, and I'm interested in getting close to the people that I'm teaching. And I think the closer you get, actually the more value you get out of the relationship that you get between you as the teacher and the student. And I don't see it as a one-way thing at all. So basically, in terms of the age of the student, I teach mainly above the age of 10, up to adult level. But I can work with teenagers with no problem. I can work with adults with no problem. Frankly, you know, when it comes to working with younger children, it's not really so much for me. So I would say probably from 16 upwards is probably the best age group that I can work with.